The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey guys, how are you? Let me do a sound check. Somebody give me a sound check in the question box, please. Let me know if you hear me okay, if you see the screen okay. I'm gonna come up on webcam for a second and just come up and talk to you guys for a second. Let me see if we can get my webcam going here. There we go. There we go. Got all my screens going. Got everything going here. How's everything? So give me please give me a sound check in the question and answer box. Let me know if you are hearing me and seeing me. Sound is good. See my screens. You see me. We're ready to rock and roll. I had a great day today. It was an amazing, amazing, volatile day today. Lots of interesting stuff to discuss. So hopefully we'll have a good time and we'll be able to go through everything that I wanted to share with you and share with you. Okay, so before we start, we've got plenty of time. I'll hang with you for as long as you guys want. Let's just check in where everybody is from. Who's coming to me from Europe? Who's being hardcore enough to come to me from Europe at this point, where it's like almost midnight in the good continent? Anybody just to post to me exactly where you guys are at. So I'm just kind of want to see where our audience is from today, because there's a lot of interesting stuff that I wanted to share with you. We're going to talk about all the new stuff that we're doing in BK and all the stuff that we've been actually able to employ to help us get funded, which is really, really cool. Colorado, UK, SIG, very nice. Canada, South Korea. Oh, all right, wonderful. If you're seeing a black screen, if you're having any problems, log in, log out. It's all, it's just coming in. Oh, look at that, Perth, Western Australia. What time is it in Perth right now? Wow. Actually, it's probably like, what is it? It's the afternoon, right? It's not so bad, right? It's Michigan. Is that somebody give me a Toronto Maple Leaf? Is that somebody coming from Canada for me? They're communicating in emojis. I love that. I love that. All right. Oh, we have people from the Middle East, which is great. People from Dubai, Bangkok, really, really cool. All right. So still Chicago, one of my favorite cities. That's great. Wow, really nice audience from all over the world. India, wonderful. I'm gonna hopefully give you some really fun, interesting, and Charles, you are truly a trooper. Bonsoir, monsieur. Say, it's midnight there, right? C'est minuit, almost, right? Okay, one of my favorite cities in the world. So we do have somebody from Europe, somebody who's hardcore. Don't worry, this is all going to be recorded. I will send you the recording once it's ready. Don't worry about it. It's all going to be ready. So everything is fine. I'm just going to check my my other screen for just upcoming here. I just want to see, because we're streaming this on YouTube, and I want to and I want to make sure that that everybody on YouTube is seeing me. There you go. You guys are all seeing me. Let me see if we got chats on YouTube here. Okay, just bear with me a second. I'm trying to do a million things here. Okay, here we go. I can roll this down. Oh, it's Toronto, Portugal. Jose. God, I had so much fun in Portugal this summer. I got to tell you, what a fun place this is. Okay, wonderful. So you guys can post chat to me on YouTube. You can post chat to me in GoTo. I'll answer all the questions that you guys have, no problems. And let me just move this over. So I have three huge screens. You see the screen behind me. So I have another one to my right, and then there's just this massive central monitor, which is what we're all sharing. So hopefully we have enough and never enough screen real estate, but I try to make as much as possible. So it's like, I think this is 2 double screens and 1 ultra wide screen. So hopefully that's enough for all the charts that we need. Okay, very cool, very cool. I'm just looking around to see if anybody got any questions. Any questions before I start? Any issues? If you're having issues with audio, video, log in, log out. If it's just too hard, don't worry. We'll send you the recording later, so you're not going to miss anything. But hang out with me. I'm happy to chill out with you today. The nominal topic of our conversation is my super scalping system, which it really is, but it's actually, I brought you 2 systems today, and the second one is probably even better than the first. I'm going to talk about all of them. I'm going to show you how we used them to pass the Apex challenge, and also how it was really powerful today in FOMC. I'm going to show you how to use all these things in real life, trading conditions. Just for those of you who don't know, I live trade every single day in BK. We trade from around 9:30 in the morning till 10:30 in the morning every single day. Live markets, like you're looking at right now, Nasdaq, US 30, S&P sometimes, gold for sure, and these are things that we developed organically. I am the kind of person, I'm not the type of person that says, oh, I have this great idea, this is what we're going to do. I'm sort of a person that's very empirical. We're always studying, we're always learning, we're always trying to absorb what the markets are telling us, and that's how we come up with our strategies and our ideas. And I think that's what makes them so good, is because we don't dictate to the market what we think we want to be trading. We kind of learn from the market and hopefully create really interesting strategies out of that. So hopefully you guys will enjoy what I'm about to share with you today. All right, let me see. Oh, somebody says you got pickpocketed in Portugal. Listen, I got pickpocketed in Paris. It doesn't mean I don't love Paris, It's just it's a cost of doing business, of being in big cities. Okay, so cool. All right, I'm gonna get off the webcam because I'm actually distracting myself, and you don't need to see my my face. Let me just stop the webcam. I just wanted to come say hello to you guys, and we're gonna let the charts talk to us. All right, we're going to really navigate all of our systems. I'm going to share with you, what they are. So first of all, just to let you guys know, the systems I'm sharing with you are all encoded on TradingView, right? And actually, for those of you who are taking the Apex challenge and are trading futures on Ninja, I have a really nice surprise. We were able to port a lot of the stuff to Ninja. I'm going to share with you some of the latest stuff that we've been able to do on Ninja as well. So the point being is that whether using TradingView, using TradeEvade, or using TradingView just generally, these are proprietary indicators that are only available from BK, from us. They're not public. You can't find them anywhere. They're not even privately listed on TradingView. They're completely hidden. The way to basically get access to them is to be able to come trade with us, and I'll be happy to share them with you, both in TradingView format, and then very soon I'm going to show you the Ninja format. But the first order of business that I want to share with you, and I'm gonna have to go to replay mode because in order to fully see the value of these indicators, I'm going to have to start the narration of what they do, what they're kind of showing you, and how they work. So there are 2 strategies today that I'm going to share with you. One of them is called Bounce Ultimate. Sorry, I'm just watching myself on YouTube for a second here to make sure that I got any comments. So here's what we're going to do, just to make sure that because I'm here working myself today, and that means that what I'm going to do is I'm going to present my story to you, then we'll do question marks, then the questions, then I'll do my other strategy, and then we'll do questions, and then we'll do another Q&A at the end. This will be, otherwise I'll get too distracted. So I want to start with you with my first and one of the oldest, one of the best strategies. You know, this is over the years we've developed a strategy, and it's actually exceedingly simple, as all good strategies should be. The best trading strategies should be incredibly simple. And the reason why they need to be so simple is because the stock markets are very complicated. Stock markets are basically the amalgamation of society, right? So huge amounts of very, very different, diverse people expressing their opinions all the time. It's a chaotic system, right? So chaotic systems, by their very definition, if you want to be successful to navigate them, you have to be very robust. You can't say, well, you can only do this if the third retrograde of Moon and Mercury hits this, and today the Fibonacci hits this on my Elliott wave count, and maybe my Gann angle is at 55.7 degrees, not 55.8 degrees. You cannot make lots and lots of strict rules, or what's called constraints in algo, because the moment you make tight constraints, you create a very fragile system, and the system changes by like one micro tick, and the whole thing goes away. Which is why the people who love to over-engineer stuff always fail in trading. Trading is actually an incredibly simple discipline when it's distilled to its essence. So hopefully you appreciate this, and the system that I'm going to show you is actually very exceedingly simple as well. So this particular scalping system, and this is the scalping system. I'm going to show you the scalping system, and then I'm going to show you kind of more of a trading system. The scalping system has two components to it. It has a reversal component marked by the letter R over here, right? It's just showing you reversal trades. And it has a trend component, which I think I'm not even, let me see if I have it. I have both of these set up. Oh, so it's only showing you reversals. So let me see if it'll show you the mids. Trend component, which is called the mids, and I'll explain to you what the terms are. So there's actually literally two actual trading signal systems within this particular trading view indicator called Bounce Ultimate. I'm going to focus first on reversal, and then we'll talk about trend. And so I'll just one of the good things about this is this whole indicator can be totally customizable, so that we can just get rid of stuff that we don't need to look at, and explain to you the methodology of what we use. So what you're looking at over here is today's price action in NASDAQ. And we'll use NASDAQ as our test case for everything, just because NASDAQ, it's sort of universal in the CFD land, and it's universal in futures land. Everybody trades NASDAQ futures, everybody trades NASDAQ CFDs. In the CFD world, people usually trade the US 30, which is the Dow. In the futures world, people trade the S&P, which is ES. So the one common ground here is we're going to do NASDAQ, and the other common ground that everybody trades is gold. So we're going to do gold futures and gold CFDs as well as examples. But let's start with NASDAQ, and let's talk about what the system does. What you're looking at over here is dynamically updated. And I'm in a replay mode right now because that's the whole point. Is we're going to do little replays to show you exactly how the chart looks at this particular time. So at 3 o'clock in the morning today, right, or yesterday for many of you. This is how the chart would have looked. And what it shows you is this is the all-time high for the day, marked by the letter H over here. You see how this? If we go over here, you see this big letter H. That's all-time high, means the high from 1700 hours. I wonder if I could just put a little text box over here, and we'll just do a little text annotation. So 1700. Sorry, it should be 1800 hours. 1800 hours, New York, right? That's the starting time. That starts the global day everywhere. 1800 hours, New York. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, my apologies. 1800 hours, New York for stock indices, it's 1700 hours New York for FX. But we're going to go on the basic idea that the day starts at 6 p.m. New York, just started basically. We're 1 hour into the trading session, and I'll show you live how this looks live. And it goes all the way out to 1700 hours New York. That's the global day. Basically, the global day is this. And in the futures world, that's translated to, because futures are traded out of Chicago, it's just 1 hour earlier. So in futures, the world starts at 1700 hours Chicago, 5 p.m. Chicago, and it closes at 4 p.m. Chicago, right? But basically, that's the global day, and that's where everybody anchors to. If you're trading FX, it's actually 1700 hours to 1700 hours, but it's it's a distinction without a difference. Everybody understands how the global day is made. So when we're talking about the highs and the lows, it's the highs and the lows made during the global day, not during the exchange traded hours, not during the New York time or the London time or the Asia time. It's during the global time. All right. So hopefully that's very, very clear. Very, very important to understand. It's the global day highs, global day lows, because this is a 24-hour market, and actually 24-hour highs and lows are the ones that matter. So that's the first thing it does. It just simply marks for us. And if I were to just simply go over here, you will see that if it makes fresh highs or fresh lows, it's going to move that green line up, green line up. The middle line is going to move up also, because now there's a new high, now there's a new middle, and now the low stays the same, but the middle adjusts, right? So it's all very dynamically generated. That's how the chart works, right? Now, here's what you're going to notice. The next thing you're going to notice, which is the single most important thing, is the chart goes from red to green, right? Let's leave that alone for a second and come back to it. And let's take a look at our dashboard up here, because that's another really, really interesting point that we need to understand before we kind of look at the trade setup. So the dashboard is sort of hopefully self-explanatory in many ways. The dashboard replicates numerically what you see visually. It tells you what is the high, and this will update in real time. So it'll tell you the high, it will tell you the midpoint, it will tell you the low, right? Just the same values, just so you can orient yourself. It will also dynamically update the range, right? Now the range is different from, let me see if I can move, I'm just gonna move this for a second, I'll move it back. Percent change. See, percent change is basically what's the percent change from the close to the open, right? So this closed New York, and now it opened up in new day, and it's up 16 basis points, 0.61%, right? For those of you, by the way, that don't know what a bips is, a basis point, that's 1/100th of 1%. So this is essentially 0.25%. Just so you know, when you're trading, you're always talking in basis points. A basis point is the exact same thing as a pip, right? It's 1/100th of 1%. If something moves 1% a day, it's 100 basis points. It's a pretty good move, right? But the range is not the same thing as percent change. The range is the full absolute movement from high to low, Because remember, think about this. Prices could open up at 17,368 and close 17,368, right? So the percent change for the day would be 0. But what if during that time it dropped to 12,000 and came back up? Well, the range would be like 5,000 basis points, right? And that 5,000 basis point is what we're interested in, the journey. We don't care about the destination, because it's the journey where we make the money. When you're day trading, what you're looking for is big travel moves. We don't care about how it ends at the end of the day, because we're not trading day to day. We're trading intraday. And what we want intraday is lots and lots and lots of movement, right? So hopefully you understand that that's really an important point. And that's why we're looking at range. And obviously we want to see the bigger the range, the better the opportunities we have, because that means there's lots of zigs and zags, and zigs and zags is where we make our money, right? And then the next component is an incredibly important piece of data that also will change dynamically. And what this is the 1 hour trend. We are just, I kind of assumed you guys knew, my apologies. We always trade the 1 minute chart. There's nothing else we trade, not the 5 minute, not the 10 minute. Don't ask me about what if you did this, what if you did this. In New York, we have a great saying, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. So we don't care. We're trading the 1 minute chart because the 1 minute chart is what we succeed on. That's what gives us granularity. That's what this strategy is designed to do. But it's extraordinarily important that we are informed by the 1 hour trend. And what is this formula for the 1 hour trend? It's really nothing more complex than looking at, I think it's a 24-hour. Let me just double check because this is all configurable and nothing. I believe, yeah, it's a 24-hour look back period. So if within the last 24 hours meaning the last 24-hour candles, we made fresh lows, trend is bearish. Okay, trend is bearish. We made fresh highs, trend is bullish. That's all it is. We don't use moving average. We use pure price action. Pure price action is literally the best thing to tell you if you're in trend. You'll know if you're in trend when price rises, and you'll know when the price rises. You don't need to do a second derivative of it to slow yourself down. So trend to us will turn bullish and bearish depending on how the look back period is informing us. So obviously at 4 a.m. in the morning on January 31st, pre-FOMC, NASDAQ was in a bearish trend, and it was in a bearish trend for 776 1-minute bars, which is a little bit more than 1 day, right? That's what this is all reading to you. Kind of cool, right? You guys like this whole idea? You guys, first of all, let me make sure everybody sees this. Is it visible to you? I hope, increase your screen if it isn't. And of course, if you really want to get access to this, you'll just come join us in BK. I'll be happy to show this to you and share this with you. But I'm hoping that it's all nice and clear, and you'll be able to do this stuff, right? Okay, very cool. Everybody sees all that? Let me see some answers either in YouTube. Let me see your comments in YouTube, guys. Let me see, where are you? You guys seeing the whole dashboard? I want to make sure that you guys are all absorbing all this stuff. Yes. Okay. Hopefully this is all visible to you. Okay. Very good. Thanks. Okay. Just want to make sure you guys are paying attention. All right. So now that we have like all of our information, here comes the single most important part of what we discovered. In order to trade well, it's far less important to trade. It's far less important to know how to trade than when to trade. In other words, you can make a moderately bad trade during the proper time, and you'll be much more successful than if you made a perfect trade during the wrong time, right? Timing, like everything else in life, is far more important than action. Like it's not that action is not important, but believe me, action is far less important than timing. A kind of a halfway decent audition at the right time when they're desperate for an actor is far, far better than a great audition when they couldn't care less about you, right? Doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what your performance is. It's much more dependent on your timing. So the market is the same kind of thing. You really want to get your timing right. And what we discovered is that there are basically 4 periods during the global day when it really pays to trade, and the other times when it really pays to stay dark. Now, the irony of the whole thing is I'm going to break this rule today. I'm going to break this rule today because this is very true with the exception of when you have big event days. Then the time actually expands a little bit. But that's only true like 3 days, 2 days a week, 2 days a month, when you have a Fed meeting and maybe when you have non-farm payrolls. But even when you have non-farm payrolls, these timelines all kind of adhere. Now, everybody in trading world, when you're trading on a global day, trades in universal time or GMT time. So these zones are all established in GMT time, and then they're translated into your local time on the chart. So all of these configurations, 9 to 11 GMT, 12 to 14 GMT, which is the New York pre-open. So there are 4 times when we want to trade. When the European Open opens up for the first 2 hours of the European session, the first 2 hours of the pre-New York Open, the first 2 hours of the post New York Open, and the last 2 hours of the New York close. Now, this is all written in GMT time, but when I just simply apply it to my chart, what you will see is that it will translate into my New York time. So for New York, for me, let me just stop this for a second, sorry. I'm gonna do this. Just to adjust my chart. For New York, for me, Europe opens up at 4 in the morning, and yes, I am crazy enough to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, crazy enough to trade this, and very, very happy to trade this all the time. And then then it goes on. So the indicator will, if you're in Dubai, it will show you like, I don't know, I think you're actually pretty close to GMT time in Dubai. If you're like in Asia, this will be 4 p.m. for you. It will show 4 p.m. for you. It will fully adjust. But the point is, it's all centralized, it's all synchronized to the right time of the global day, not the right time for you, not the right time for you. Okay, the market couldn't care less about you. It only cares about when the most people are participating in the market, because when most people participate in the market, that's when you get the greatest chance for trade movement. When you get the greatest chance for trade movements, that's when you get the greatest chance for trade resolution. Very simple, very, very simple. You want the most people acting at the most time, and that's when you want to get involved. The rest of the time, you want to sleep. For those of you in Asia, this is great because you're coming back from work. Like basically, when Asia is working, nothing is happening in the equity markets, and you are totally free to do nothing, right? So like you come back from work and like, oh, I can have dinner and I can trade, and it's the right time to trade for you. If you're in Europe, it's great for breakfast. You can trade breakfast. You can trade lunch. The worst, I think the worst probably time for everybody is the West Coast. Although I got to tell you, because I'm just a psycho, I love trading from LA. I love trading from LA because I love getting up at like 3 in the morning, going to Starbucks in Santa Monica, and like trading the New York Open, but like nobody's around. It's awesome. So it all depends on your time frame. But the bottom line is, these are the right times to trade. So we have a green time zone, right? We have a green time zone, and now only when we have a green time zone are we going to get actual signals that tell us, there's some possible trades. So what is it? What is the reversal trade? What's the rules for the reversal trade? Well, they're a little bit counterintuitive. So just bear with me. The first and foremost thing you need to understand is we're going to buy bottoms, sell tops, right? We're going to buy bottoms, sell tops. But we're only going to buy bottoms and sell tops relative to the trend, to the 1 hour trend. So what this means is, if the 1 hour trend is bearish, we're actually going to come in here and put ourselves in front of a locomotive. We're going to try to pick up a quarter in front of a locomotive and buy the bottom here, even though the trend is bearish. That's what we want. We're going to buy this new session low and see if we can get a bounce, right? It's not quite the new session low. The rules are a little bit more nuanced, and they're a little bit proprietary. But basically, first we have to make a session lows, then we're going to make a bounce. Then we have the trigger possibilities, and you can see, it's showing you the trigger possibilities of it goes. Now you'll ask me, what is this little thing over here? 738. This doesn't look like it's the low. It's not. What it's doing basically is because the code is, it's very difficult to program. What it's doing is basically it's coming out of the dark zone, and every time it comes out of the dark zone, it's going to say, oh, here's your first reversal trade. And obviously you just ignore this because it's just operating on, it made fresh lows in the dark zone. We're ignoring those lows. So the first signal usually we're just ignoring. We're only looking for, once we make a lows or highs within our green zone, that's when we start taking these signals seriously, right? So the way we trade, and the rules are very simple, is we're going to make a low. I didn't get a chance to explain to you why, if the big trend is bearish, why in the world would you want to be buying the low when it's bearish? Wouldn't you want to be selling this thing? Not when you're trading reversal. And then the bigger question is, well, if you want to trade reversals, isn't it much more intelligent that if the price rises to the highs and the trend is bearish, you want to sell it because the big trend is weak and you want to sell the highs? Doesn't that make enormous amount of sense? And the answer is yes, that seemingly makes a lot of sense, except if you actually follow the steps that we're going to do. Because what we're going to do is we're going to fight the market. Now, if you're not going to fight the market, you actually can probably, do both sides of the equation. But not fighting the market means you're just going to do one trade. It works, great. Then you're done. You're out of it. It doesn't work. You're stopped out. You don't do any more trades in this particular session. You can do it that way, and I actually think that's a perfectly valid, intelligent way of doing it. But I'm going to show you a much more aggressive way of trading, and I will be the first one to admit it is absolutely not for everybody. It does take a lot of psychological, willpower to kind of do this. It requires small position sizes, but the payoff of this is it gives you incredibly consistent results on a day-to-day basis. But if you don't want to do this, don't worry. My second strategy is going to completely eliminate all of these issues for you, and I'm going to share that with you in just a little bit. I'm going to go long, guys. I thought I was going to go short, but trust me, I'm going to go long. We got so much cool stuff to discuss here, so I hope you guys can just hang with me, because I really, really want you to absorb all of these nuances that we do every single day. So what we do is we say, okay, I'm a buyer at 64, and the rule, which you will see on every one of these instruments, is what we're going to trade is what's called 10 basis points of notional. That's nothing more fancy than just simply saying 1/10 of 1% of notional. The notional is 17,000. We're going to round that up to 20,000, and then we're going to take 1/10 of 1% as our target and stop. That's all we're good for. We're not greedy. We just take the small. This is what's called the scalp, right? It's a small scalping strategy. For those of you who need to understand why that's so important, I want to direct you to a quote by a guy by a market wizard named Mark Weinstein, it's a fascinating interview. You need to, if you haven't read, I think it's in the first or the second Market Wizards book. This is a guy who literally, and Schwager literally says in the book that he's verified this, virtually never have losses, does not have losses. Like the guy literally trades almost every single trade he made in his legendary career was somehow one way or another kind of a winner. And his whole methodology was, I'm going to trade like a pigeon. And he says the difference between a pigeon and like a cobra is, the pigeon you give him a piece of bread and he'll peck the bread, tiny little peck of bread, and then he'll fly away if he sees any kind of danger. Whereas, you give like a piece of bread to a cobra or something else, they'll try to eat the whole thing. And while they're eating it, their enemy can come in and kill them, right? You can't kill a pigeon. You ever watch New York City? Like you cannot run over a pigeon. They're like amazing at getting out of the way. And he says, that's what scalping is all about. So this is the whole idea of why we don't go for much larger P&Ls. But I'll share a different strategy where that happens. But I just want you to understand the whole scalping methodology. So what we do is we say we're going to buy the 64s, stop is going to be 44s, target is going to be 84s, right? So let's imagine we get stopped out. I think we actually do get stopped out. It's a 44 stop. So we get stopped out. What do we do next? Well, we don't stop. We don't give up on the trade. We stop out, and then the next signal that we get, which is the 53s, we buy the 53s. Again, here the stop is going to be 33, and the target is going to be 73. But now we're going to buy it at twice the size, right? So this is very dangerous, and this is why you need to start with very, very small sizes. And we only do this 4 times. We trade once, we get stopped out. We trade twice, we get stopped out. We trade 3 times, we get stopped out. If we trade 4 times and we get stopped out on the 4th time, which is exceedingly rare. How rare? Like once a month rare. That's how rare it is. Then we stop. It's just like it's an insurance. Insurance companies have this rule called capitation, where basically they're good for like a maximum amount of loss. And usually, like if you take a life insurance, if you take car insurance, they're good. There's always in the policy that's like, we're good. We're going to insure you for 100,000, for 150,000. Beyond that, that's it, baby. We're walking away from this risk. And that's how you have to think about it, because this is an insurance type of strategy, right? So incredibly high accuracy, but also if you lose on the 4th time, you're losing 15 times your profit. That means, so if you're doing this every single day, you're doing 5-6 trades a day, and you're losing once a month, believe me, you're well ahead of the game, right? But you do have to walk away. That's the whole point. It's a very, very smart approach. So we do it this way. Boom, boom, boom. We buy it. That's the reversal trade, and it just keeps going like this. And and we do 1 trade per session cycle. So in this case, this is the green cycle. We made our trade. We're done. So let's go to the next Example. Now we're dark. Now we don't do any trades. There's no signals. You see how there's no, even though there's a low, there's no signals. Oops, there's a pop-up low off the off that session. Do we want to take this? Probably not, because as I said, it's not a real low. It's just coming off that session. We're probably going to ignore this trade, right? It may work, but we're going to ignore the trade. So do we have any more signals? We don't. I don't think we have any more signals. Although this trade would have worked, you know. I mean, I know that would have worked because I traded this today, but like it would have worked. So now we go dark. We have no more signals. It gets dark now. Very important. What you're going to notice here is 9 and 10 o'clock. This is when the New York Stock Exchange opens. This is when the NASDAQ opens. Why do you not trade? Well, you don't trade because precisely this is when everybody crowds into the subway. You don't want to be trading. You want to be riding the subway when everybody's stuffing themselves like a fish into a tuna can, because that's when you get the worst wrong way moves, right? You want everybody to kind of establish themselves, and then you have a reasonable chance to trade the bottoms or the tops, right? And I'm going to show you the trend trades as well in just 1 second, but let's just do the bottoms and the tops. So let's see what it does here. So now it makes lows, 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 right? Do we have a bottom? We should have a bottom pop. For some reason, this didn't pop on the bottom. Oh, no, the trend is still bearish. That's correct. I wonder why it didn't pop. Anyways, assume that it would have popped here, would have been long here, and you would have had a trade here, right? Today is FOMC day, so you certainly would have traded, this zone. So let me kind of show you what I would have done today, which is what I did today, by the way, in terms of trading the market as it went. So what happens here is the market opens up. We obviously go dark here. FOMC opens up, and you really don't want to be trading like the first half hour of FOMC. You don't want to be taking any signals. I don't think you even have any signals here, but it's definitely going to start popping at and sending signals over here. So the trend is still bearish. So these highs are not tradable, right? According to our rules, we're not trading the highs. Now it starts really, really dropping, and now it creates a big, sharp decline, right? So we buy this one, 73s, and you can see it's super fast. It's 2 minutes and it resolves. Now, normal person would look at this and go, are you crazy? You're buying a falling knife. Yes, I am, but I have an enormous amount of confidence that at the time, as I said to you, life in trading is all about timing. It's not about what you do, it's when you do it. When I'm buying a falling knife, I'm buying it pretty much when it's bouncing off the pavement, right? That's the whole point. I'm buying the knife off the pavement. Boom, I bought it. I'm done, and I'm good to go. Okay. So let me kind of stop over here and run you through the trend component of the exact same day today, which is kind of a crazy day, but a lot of fun. And I'm going to run you through the trend only component of it, so you can see what the trend rules are. Okay, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to digest the strategy a little bit, and then you guys can ask me questions and everything else. So again, the trend component of this thing could not be simpler, could not be easier, and could not be sort of more functional to understand. The way the trend component works is the price. You see this middle line right here? You're wondering, like, what is this? What's the purpose of this middle line? Well, first, this middle line is actually very, very valuable. If the trend is bearish and price trades above the middle line and then closes below the middle line, that triggers what we call a mids trade, a fall through the mids. So if you get a fall through the mids, that's a trend to the downside. Basically, the idea is if the big trend is bearish and price has lost its midpoint, the likelihood of it going further down is really strong. If the trend is bullish and the price has recaptured its midpoint, the likelihood of it going higher is strong, right? Very, very simple concept. So again, in this case, we're going to ignore the dark from light signal because that's really not a legitimate signal. And let's see if we got a legitimate signal here, right? So we actually don't. We don't have any signals until right here, until we have actually two signals. We have Powell coming in, and this breaks the mids over here, and that certainly makes 20 points. But let's assume that okay, I'm crazy. I'm not going to trade immediately post FOMC. The much more interesting and the much more legitimate trend signal happens over here. And let me just replay this for you in slow motion so you guys can actually really appreciate the elegance of this setup, right? So I'm going to do this in slow motion in like, 3 speed instead of 10 speed. How do I change this? 3 speed. Okay. So Powell's talking blah, 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 right? You could have taken this trade over here. It would have made you, 20 points in literally lightning second, 1 second. But that's not what we were talking about. Here we are. Now everybody's sort of bullish on the market because like they think, oh, maybe he is gonna, like lower interest rates, so on and so forth. And then like he drops the boom on everybody and says, I don't think March we're really gonna cut, right? And now the market starts freaking out. The trend, the 1 hour trend has not changed. The 1 hour trend continues to be bearish. So it's acting like a magnet. It's acting like the sun on the moon or on the earth, or like the tide. It's basically pulling prices down, right? Because that's the 1 hour trend. So let's go through this thing and go through the charts. Boom, right over here. We break the mids. It's literally 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3. 279. We get hit at 245. One, boom, boom, right? So what you're seeing here is a technical manifestation of a fundamental trigger. And that's what's so beautiful about these scalping strategies. They are inherently responsive to the news, right? And you're inherently going to be able to benefit from the news flow because the prices are reflecting people's opinion. You're acting on that setup and you're basically riding that trend. And you obviously could have written it for much lower. But this was just chef's kiss setup of what we call a mids trade because it was a perfect combination of fundamental triggers, technical setup, the right time, lots of liquidity, lots of trading, and obviously easy setup, right? And so these are the two scalping methodologies. You can do one, you can do the other. You can look at both trades. So you have the choice of watching, getting both triggers on the chart, right? So you can have like both triggers, the greens and the reds. By the way, you notice that the sell signals for the trend are red because the trend is bearish. If the trend was bullish, these would be greens, and they would be on the bottom, and they would be going the other way. So they're very color coded to make it very intuitive for you to understand. Or you can just trade one. You can trade the reversals, or you could trade the the continuities, right? So there's quite a lot of possibilities for you to trade. Those of you who are not trading equities, those of you who are hardcore FX traders, or maybe even hardcore gold traders, don't let me. I just showed you the examples on Nasdaq, but look at the examples on gold. Boom, boom, boom. Trend trades on gold, right? Trend trades on gold. Trend trades on gold. Reversal trade on gold. This reversal trade does not work, but then this reversal trade, boom, money, right? 253s. The gold was today was just a massive runner, right? Works really well. My point is, this works on any instrument, 2-digit currencies, 4-digit currencies, anything. It works. Today we were looking at. Let me give you an example. We were looking at Euro Aussie. Let me show you Euro Aussie. What a cool trade this was today. Early, we're trading. Yeah, right here. European Open, and what the cool thing is, it will tell you your stops and targets relative to the instrument you're trading. So in this particular case, if you're trading Euro Aussie, it's 20 pips. If you're trading something like dollar Swiss, it's not. It's literally just 10 pips, right? It's just a 10 pips. Here in this case, look at this. This is a trend signal, right? Dollar Swiss was bearish, selling at 85.96. Boom, boom, boom. You're done. 10 pips, nice and sweet, right? Reversal trade from 64. Boom, you're done. So the indicator adapts and adjusts to any instrument. Will tell you the right stops and targets in any instrument, and will be able to, to be tradable within all those things. That's Bounce Ultimate. It's pretty much as ultimate as I could get it. I mean, I've coded this thing for like a year at this point, so I'm tired of doing it. But it's really very good. Now I'm going to give you one really interesting pièce de résistance here. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. So what I want to show you, the kind of surprise for this, for those of you guys who are just trading Apex all the time, right? Let me go to my futures computer. We'll come back to this in a second, and I will I'll discuss the futures. But what do you guys see on here? What do you guys see? You see the same indicator with the buy-sell signals with both the trend and the reversal signals and the trend signals all over here on the indicator, right? Just giving you, so the same thing that we have in TradingView, I now have in Ninja. And by the way, you see me trading like a maniac, post FOMC, and it was great. I killed it. I had a great, great time on this. I'll come back to this in a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of tease that to you as a value proposition. So if you trade Apex, I now have Ninja for you as well. Okay, so how do we find the indicator in TradingView? The only way, Kyle, you're going to get access to this indicator is if you join BK, and then it's yours for free. Okay, it's private to me and to our BK trading group. So you're welcome to do it, or you join. And not only will you get the trading view, but if what I want you to do, obviously, is I'll show you how I use these indicators to pass my Apex funding challenge. You'll also be able to have the same indicator on NinjaTrader with Apex funding if you join us. So either way. Okay, let me see if I got any questions either in here on this particular strategy, and then we're going to get to my other strategy, which I think you guys will really love. Yes, BK Ultimate Big is available in BK Discord. Thank you. Thank you, Wong. You can act as my YouTube administrator, and you can answer all their questions for them. But yes, it's available for us in our Discord. You guys can totally download it. Here, if you guys want to see it, I'm just going to show you quickly our Discord channel, so you can see all the stuff that we do here. If you're kind of interested in everything that we do, I'm going to give you. Kathy has her own section, but this is all my section, and you can see that all this stuff is downloadable here. We even have the Telegram channels. We have the signals all popping up here for you to be able to take. We have all of our live trading is recorded, and you can watch it on demand, and you can ask me anything you want here all day long, right? So this is our whole Discord. We live in Discord. You can come hang out with us, and we live trade every single day. It's really a lot of fun. So come join us for the BK Trade of Life. But now you came you came for the scalping strategy, and now I'm going to give you a trading strategy, which I absolutely love. So this is our newest thing. So, by the way, just kind of to show you, you see how the highs and lows. Oh, sorry, this is Swissy. Let me get back to NASDAQ. Let's go to NASDAQ CFD. It doesn't really matter. We can do NASDAQ CFD or NASDAQ futures, either way. You see this is look at the range today. It's just 21 to 29 basis points, very, very tight. 316 is the high, 266 is the low. This is just the Asia Open, right? And this will, as the day progresses, it's going to get wider and bigger. The signals are going to start appearing, and you're going to be able to to find those signals and make those trades. So hopefully you get a chance. You see, I desperately try to make this as intuitive as possible. Kathy really helped me out on the user design, and I hope you guys agree with me that this is pretty intuitive. It's a really easy to understand signaling indicator that gives you once you understand the underlying strategy, it really gives you lots of opportunities across a whole bunch of instruments to be able to trade, right? But as good as that is, let's go look at my other indicator, which we call big. And yes, perfect. Okay, I'm going to use this one because I actually just modified this, guys. Just modified off today. I'm going to just get rid of this for 1 second. And this has just been money. I can't tell you how much I love this indicator. And it's very simple to explain. I mean, look at this. I'm actually on the ES. I want to be on NASDAQ. I want to explain to you, the whole indicator. And what I'm going to do, let me see if I can actually do this. Hang on just 1 second. I'm going to go get crazy. So we're going to go to because today is FOMC day. Let me just see if this works. It's always a crapshoot, but yeah, look at that, perfect. It works perfectly. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how this thing works, and it is so super cool. Okay, so what did I tell you? I told you in trading as in life, timing is everything, right? So if timing is everything, the proper time to day trade equities is between 6 o'clock in the morning New York and 12 o'clock noon New York. That's the best time to trade equities. Why is that the best time to trade equities? Because this is basically London morning. So, Asians are the 6 p.m. Asia, they're participating. UK is participating. Everybody in Europe is kind of starting to get involved in equities. And this is the North American Open where everybody piles into the ship. Everybody goes into the subway train. And then this is the European close, right? Now there's a decent window from 2 to 4 that you can trade it, but really it's enough. Like if you can't make money in here, you really don't deserve to trade. This is a great trading window, right? And this indicator is super simple. It's literally employs all of the foundational knowledge that we used with a couple of just the simplest triggers in the world. So the first order you see here is you see an element that repeats itself from the scalping thing, which is trend. The 1 hour trend is bearish. Now this is a pure trend trading strategy. And I gotta tell you something, guys. My personality is really not suited for trend, right? I'm a person who likes to be contrarian. If everybody goes left, I like to go right? It's just my personality. I find it very, very hard to agree with consensus on anything, right? That's a personality flaw as much as a personality is. And maybe some of you are like this, but I know that many people who are trading sort of like have that attitude. I want to be buying the lows, selling the tops. Well, you want to buy the lows, sell the tops, trade ultimate. That's your strategy for buying lows, sell the tops. But ever since I started using this, and ever since I crossed over to the dark side of trading trend, it's been the easiest profits ever. I never have to fight the market. My trades just smoothly slide into profits most of the days. I can't tell you, I know I'm an idiot, and I know it's just my own personality flaw, but I was just thinking to myself, I can't believe how long I used to fight trend trading and how easy it can be if it's designed properly. So the idea behind all of this is the following. You got the most intense hours of the day. You have the proper orientation towards the long-term 1 hour trend, right? It's the 1 hour trend. It's 666 bars. Wow, I didn't even notice that. That's kind of funny. Wow, on Fonzie Day, 666 bars. That's very cute. I should put a little devil thing in here. And what you do is you do nothing more than just look for a short-term against long-term moving average crossover. This is a moving average crossover strategy, which almost never works except when you do it in alignment with a big trend and at the right time when it does work, right? When it does work. So that's the irony of the whole thing. Moving average crossovers by themselves are a 50-50 proposition, but filter them out and they become gold. They become really, really like a 75-80% trade. They actually become 80% trade for us. That's what they do, right? And the way we make it, furthermore, by making an 80% trade, is the one thing I'm still going to be contrarian. I'm still going to trade against consensus. Our stop and target is a 1 to 2 risk parameter. That means I want to make 25 against a 50 risk, right? You can see here, plus 25, 50. And by the way, this will tell you, again, individual to the instrument. So if I'm trading NASDAQ, this is the rules I'm following. If I'm trading the Dow, these are the rules I'm following. If I'm trading S&P futures, these are the rules I'm following, right? You can see that, right? So we're going to focus on NASDAQ just because that's going to be our normalized strategy. So when we're doing 1 to 2, the one problem with any kind of a moving average or any kind of a breakout strategy is you need to give this space because it's always going to retrace against you. The reason people always lose money on moving averages is because they're always buying the top, getting stopped out, and then the real trend establishes itself and they're not in the trend. So you have to give yourself the breathing space. This little red bar is what is our perpetual stop. So in any of these signals, wherever you came in, either, and by the way, we're going to change this to prices so you can actually see what the prices are at each point. So this came in at 17.3010, probably 309. Anywhere you came in on this chart, your stop would have been 50 back. You never touched it. You had one, like, sort of a scary move against you, but you never touched the stop. The great thing about this, what I love about this indicator, is how intuitively it shows you if you would have been stopped out or not been stopped out. And I'll show you exactly what it looks like when you do get stopped out too. So don't worry, it's not like I'm just going to show you perfect examples. But you see how intuitive it is. And basically, you could go one target, short target, long target, or you can just do a single target. Now I trade single target, but some people trade. Hang on a second. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just answer this. I trade 1 to 2 risk rewards, but some people like to trade maybe 1 to 1 risk rewards, or they like to trade actually short target, long target. So they'll take 2 trades. They'll take both. They take this signal, they go 25, they move the stop to break even, and then they try to get the other one to 50. You can do it. You can do it this way or that way. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. It's up to you. I like to trade really high probability setups, so this has been very, very high probability to me. So what I'm going to do now, though, which is kind of interesting, is usually we never trade beyond 12, but as I said to you, we make exceptions for FOMC Day, because FOMC Day is a unique event day, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my time, and of course all this is customizable. It's customizable down to a minute. If you guys want to see it, I can actually go to 21, just for argument's sake, and I can go 17 minutes, just some obscure number, just to kind of show you. And you see how it goes to 16 hours and 17 minutes, so it extends the time frame. So here's what happens. So FOMC comes out, right? And let's imagine we traded FOMC just robotically, right? So statement comes out, it's negative statement. It triggers a sell trigger for us, right? We get short over here, and obviously it gets stopped out. You see the red line totally stops us out, right? Normal. I would, you've got to be a complete idiot to trade on the news event. But if I've done it, you would have seen it. The point is, it would have been a minus 50. That's it. In this particular case, you already either plus 25 or plus 25 plus 50 earlier in the day. Here, you've just been stopped out plus 50. But here's what it gets interesting. Price spikes out, then starts to coming way down off of the bad, Jerome announcement saying they're probably not going to cut in March, right? So now it creates a legitimate post-event fundamental trend trigger, and we're trading at 188. We make 25 literally in 1 minute flat. This is the stop line behind me, never touches me. And if I wanted to milk it for more, I could milk it for another 25, and I could milk it for another 50. See how cool that is? Right? Just money. It's so simple, so elegant. I absolutely love the setup. Let me show this to you in gold. I haven't even looked at gold today. So let me just kind of look at gold today. Let's go back to just normal times that we had this, which was 17.00 regular times. What was gold? Gold was bullish. So gold was looking for, yeah. Here's you wake up in the morning, it's FOMC day, you don't want to get crazy, you start looking at gold. Gold gave you 3, not 1, but 3 opportunities. Because remember, you're coming in, this is crossing over here, right? But it's taking a while, the price is consolidating. Your stop is over here. You're never getting touched on the stop. You're not even close to getting touched on the stop. So you either can come in over here. If you miss this setup, you look for the next setup. Great, I come in over here. You miss this setup, I get this setup. Great. And then within the first hour of New York Open, I hit 3, I hit the 6, I'm done, right? Money. Let me show you gold yesterday. Gold yesterday was just ridiculously easy. Let me show you, let me go into replay mode here so you guys can see it. So this is yesterday, not today, not even today. I'm just kind of replaying it for you, right? So again, 6 to 12, we're just looking for signals in gold. Sorry, let me make this a little faster because this is on slow time. 10 times. So yesterday, 2035, my stop is this red line over here. I'm not even coming close to my stop, right? It's taking me a little while. It does drift against me a little bit, a couple of points against me, and then boom, You're trading one contract. I traded one contract that was a $300 trade right then and there in gold. If you milked it, if you had the balls to hold till 6, that would have been a 600-point trade in gold. Super simple, super clean, super easy, right? Now, very, very recently, let me just see if I can actually find this, and then I'm going to come back on camera and we can take questions. Let me see if I can find this. I actually have the little proof of this, so you guys will believe me. Let me see if I can find it. Just 1 second. Where is this? I'm looking for my certificate. Just bear with me 1 more second. Sorry, I should have had it. Oh my God, there's so much chat between me and Kathy that we're going to be here forever. All right, where is it? Okay, I can't find it. Okay, just you have to trust me on the fact that I did pass the Apex challenge, and I did it with this strategy, and I did it on this. It was actually, I think it was Monday, right? On this particular set of events. Let me just go back to Monday. Are we in NASDAQ? Let's go to NASDAQ futures. Let's see if this will pull up. Okay, so I did this, I believe it was on Monday. I'll show you what happened. Maybe it was last week, I'm not sure. But I'm going to show you exactly how to trade it. Yeah, this is Tuesday. No, this is it. This is when I did it. Okay, so this was Thursday. I forgot what the 8:30 event was. There was some kind of a really, really strong fundamental event on Thursday, right? This is 8:30, right? This is what I want to show you. So there's a really, really strong fundamental event on Thursday. I get all of these positive buy signals in NASDAQ. And what I just did is, because I knew this, when you have this perfect combination of good news and the technical signal on here, you take the risk. And I just simply did large size. It didn't take me long to basically trade, to actually, make my target. The great thing about Apex, which is really, really amazing versus any other futures firm, you have a $50,000 account. All you need to do is make $3,000. Now, I think I did about 5 or 6 NASDAQ contracts. Each contract, if it goes, each contract goes 10 points is $200, right? So 5 goes 10 points is $1,000. And if it goes 30 points, which is all you needed, was 30 points of movement over here. And it was like 25 over here at 50. This thing just soared off of the good news. You made it, it took one trade and I got it done. And I didn't even exhaust their whole margin capacity, because you could actually have gone 10 contracts. I did it with half the size. It was just one trade, one kill, done. Now, would I trade this way for real when with my funded money? No, of course not. I'm going to trade smaller. I'm going to trade the strategies I showed you, but I would have traded the micro contract instead of the big contract because I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to gamble with funded money. But to get funded fast, this is like one of the greatest things around. And I'll tell you why, and I'll give you a really, really good reason for why. And all of you who are interested, hopefully, I'll give you this link. Let me just copy this link. Here. No, I need to copy. Sorry, I'm just trying to copy this link. Oh, it gets duplicated. No. No. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm going to just copy this and send this to everybody here, because the discounts that these guys give are so enormous that this is where you can totally use this kind of a strategy, get yourself funded. You see the link? Everybody sees the link? This is a 80% discount off the code. And by the way, just simply put your phone to my screen. Just put your phone to my screen. Let me go full screen here for a second, and just stay on this thing. Put your phone to the screen. Let me come up on the webcam so you guys can see me. Oh, why am I? Oh, what happened here? Okay, hopefully you can see me. If you can't, I won't worry about it. Get this link. Even if you're not going to use it right now, get the link because it's an incredible, incredible saving. You get 80% off, which means it's literally like $35 for a chance to trade $50,000 live account, which means that you can do this strategy that I showed you more than once. You could do it on 10 different days. Could you have done it today? Easy. After FOMC, you had the signal, 5 NASDAQ contracts, you were done literally in 15 minutes. I'm not kidding you when I tell you that when I got funded off the news event, I was making my daughter bacon for breakfast, and she had just finished breakfast, and she was actually rushing me to take her to school. And I'm like, no, you got to wait because I'm literally like 1 point from getting funded. And I actually made it wait. It was from me basically feeding her to her going ready to school. I got funded. That's how fast it can be if you use timing. As I said, timing is everything in life and everything in trading. These tools give you the right timing to make it happen. And Apex gives you so many cheap opportunities to make it happen that it's almost a crime not to give it a try. So I hope you guys really, really like this. I hope you guys liked all the strategies. I'm going to give you all the, Kathy actually posted this in YouTube, and the code here is BK-SAVE. Just use the BK-SAVE code. Get like 5, 6 accounts, relax. Do one slow, one fast, one hard. It's an incredible ROI relative to the potential that you guys have, in terms of doing it. And the key thing is you have to have the right tool, the right timing tool, the right mechanism. And ideally, you want to just do this in sync with a great fundamental, release. 8:30 in the morning, some positive news goes, some negative news goes, you can take it. There's probably 5 or 6 days during the month where this stuff happens all the time, and you have this perfect combination of trigger and stuff. But you don't have to do it. Even non-news days, you will get a move after 10 o'clock that is a trend move in the markets that is super clean. And as I said, all you need is 30 points NASDAQ and you're funded, which is so cool on these setups. And somebody says, this is Roy saying he likes the setups for gold. Yeah, my next kind of fun project is see if I can get funded on gold alone. I'm just going to trade gold alone because gold is one of my favorite trades in the world right now. Gold is such a smooth. I'm super bullish gold. I don't think the Fed not cutting rates is probably not great for gold, but I think there's other positive factors for gold in terms of the U.S. budget deficit and everything else that's keeping the bid underneath the trade. So when we have these kind of trend moves in gold in the morning, again, it's the same thing. Gold is, so what is gold? Gold is $10 a point. I'm trading for $3, so that's $300, right? $300. So 10 contracts of gold, $3,000. I'm done. So I'm going to try and do that. Anyways, yes, the recording is coming. I hope you guys really, really like that. Anthony's asking me what happens to Apex fees after you pass the session. Great question. So really cool thing about Apex, Anthony, another great reason why I really love them, because I just went through this process, is they have like you have a choice. You can either pay a monthly fee, right? A monthly desk fee, because obviously you have to all the infrastructure and everything else, or you could just pay actually a tiny little. It's less than it's basically a month and a half worth of cost, but it gives you a lifetime fee, and after that there's no more fees. Like there's literally no cost to you at all. So super cheap. It was like $140 on my $50,000 account. So I paid the lifetime fee because I'm going to trade this thing live for a long time, and that's it. And then it's just a revenue share with them. They paid $80 million out in trading profits to people. So they really, really paid out a lot of money. So if there's ever you want to try a super interesting, clean prop firm, I mean, that's Apex. Very easy to use. Ninja, you sign up, you come email me. I'll show you how. I'll give you the Ninja indicator, and to give you the sort of the pièce de résistance. What I was saying to you, we just did the ultimate. We're going to have the big on Ninja. Big is actually even easier to set up on Ninja than the ultimate. The big is the one that I told you about where I passed it. So we'll have both of those, and you could then go. You don't have to use TradingView. You can just literally trade within Ninja and pass the test that way. So it's super cool. I'm trying to do everything I can to help you do this. Okay. Any questions? I don't see any questions. I'm happy to answer any questions for the last time. We actually went way over as I knew we would, but I really wanted to deeply go into this stuff. So somebody's asking me, well, where can we get the Ninja stuff? Cheryl, that's going to be available next week. So these are all betas. They're almost done. They're going to be available next week, and that's going to be within Discord. Come to me in my Discord, and I'll be happy. So the only thing you need to do if you want the Ninja versions of this stuff is you'll come to me in Discord. We'll have it in our Discord. You got to be a member of BK. So take sign up for a prop test in Apex, become a member of BK. You're good to go. Or just sign up for a prop test with Apex and have a good time. Either way, I think it's going to be a really fun journey for you guys. All right, let me see if there's any other questions. Let me see if there's some more. What's our email address? Our email address is contact@bkforex.com. I'm gonna put it into the chat room. Either contact@bkforex.com or what does it cost to join? So JT, email me, contact@bkforex.com. I'll give you a discount link, okay? Anybody wants to join us, come email me. I'll give you a discount link. Anybody wants to prop with Apex, or everybody who's in my room who wants to prop with Apex, or anybody who wants to just prop and have a fun time, do this. This is just a great deal. This is going to go away tomorrow, so do not wait. Buy it now, use it later, but lock in the really, really cheap price, and I'll be happy. Use the Rhythmic. Honestly, JT, doesn't really matter. You can use Tradeovate. If you use Tradeovate, you can use the TradingView. You can trade on TradingView, but I like Rhythmic because I actually like trading Ninja. I've sort of become converted to Ninja, and since now we're going to have the Ninja indicators, it really makes it 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So I recommend you do that. To get access to Discord, join us at BK Traders. Just email me and I'll send you a discount link. Or if you look at any of my YouTube videos on YouTube on our channel, there's a discount link inside those YouTube videos. Just hit that discount link, join us, and you'll be in my Discord tomorrow, and we'll set you up. All right. Anything else? Anything else on this? Where are the indicators? The indicators are for BK members only. So join me at BK, and I'm happy to give. Join us at BK. Email me at BK. Contact@bktraders.com, or within my latest YouTube video, there's all these discount links. Just simply join us at BK Traders, and you'll be part of my room, and you'll get the indicators. Okay. DM sounds cool. The email. Let me just chat the email to everybody in. You can email me there. Yeah, you can email me there. Just email me. Easiest thing is email me. Say, hey Boris, I saw you riffing on scalps. Send me the discount link, and I'll send you the discount link right then and there. You sign up. You'll be in my room tomorrow. You'll be ready to go. Millionaire by Friday. I'm kidding. But it is fun. It is really. It's been so much fun this whole week. It's last week. It's really great when you have great tools to trade with, because it just makes it so much simpler, right? So go ahead, everybody sign up for Apex, please, because now, you know, it's going to be better than ever, because it's going to be basically Apex with BK tools to help you pass those evals fast. And as I said, the great strategy that I've seen a ton of people do this, they buy like 10 of these things. You just keep them. Doesn't matter. You know, you don't have to use them all. Just buy them. You can buy them for like nothing. And then you can just employ different approaches, different sizing, different ideas, you know, and see what works for you. But you can do the one shot, one kill. You can do the multiple trades. You can do the scalping. You know, there's a million different ways to do this properly. And hopefully we give you the answer to every one of them. So hopefully you guys really enjoy that. All right, guys. So it's been awesome. I really love having you guys here. I think we've exhausted all the questions. I've definitely went overtime on all this stuff. Any questions furthermore, just email me. Really the best thing to do is come join me, come hang out with me every single day. We have a great community. Everybody shares, everybody participates. A lot of the innovations that we've come up with are results of other traders collaborating with me. So it's, you know, it's a very collaborative environment, a lot of fun. So I hope you guys can join me. We're all going to be, you know, popping the prop tests left and right with Apex, and getting funded, which is what it's all about, right? Having a good time. So thank you so much, guys. Everybody have a wonderful